To look at the rules for evaluating cond, what I want to do is work with a slightly simpler example. So what I'm going to do is make a new tab, and here's my simpler example. And I'll do the usual thing about putting the evaluation rules for cond off to the right here. And now let's get going. We start evaluating and we see open paren cond. So this is a cond expression and we have to use the rules for cond. There are question-answer pairs, so there's no error. And let's see, the first question right here is not a value, it's an expression. So we need to evaluate it. Well, let's see, evaluating it, it's open paren greater than, it's a call to a primitive, so we would use the call to a primitive rule. Both operands are already values, so we can apply the primitive directly. So this greater than 1, 2 is going to produce false. So what we're going to do is replace the entire cond with a cond in which the first question is false. Now we start evaluating again. Open paren cond, it's a cond. Let's see, the first question is false, so that takes us to the if the first question is false rule. And what that rule wants us to do is drop the first question answer pair. So what we get now is a new cond in which this first question answer pair is going to be deleted entirely. I'm going to do Command E now to get myself more room here. Okay, let's see, open paren cond. There are question-answer pairs. The first question is not a value, it's an expression. So I need to evaluate the first question and replace the question with its value. Well, we know how to do that now. That just gives me false again. Open paren cond, there are question-answer pairs. The first question is false. So again, it's the drop the first question rule. So we basically drop the first question. Open paren cond, there are questions. The first question is not a value, it's an expression. I evaluate it. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting very close now. That is now true. Open paren cond, the first question is true. Now I replace the entire cond with the first answer expression. Okay, let's see, what do I have now? Oh, I have a value. I'm done evaluating. The key intuition is that the way the evaluation of cond works is it evaluates the first question. If it's false, it drops that question-answer pair and starts over. If the first question is true, then it replaces the entire cond with the first answer. You can see here an interesting pattern, right, which is the rule for cond, the rule for function call, the rule for if, they all work the same way. They, in some sense, try to do their thing and then get out of the way. Right here in this last step with cond, once we got to the answer, the cond was gone. And that's the same thing that happened with function call. Once the body of the function is replaced in, the function call itself is gone. These style of evaluation rules work that way. The idea is to take care of the more sophisticated construct and then get it out of the program. Okay, here's another example for you to do stepping. It's a little bit more complicated. I apologize for all these stepping examples, but we know that they really help people in terms of mastering how the language works, and that really starts to help as the programs get more complicated. So here's another example of that as an exercise, but it'll be interactive so that you can kind of work through it as you go.